Hello, this video will show you how to enter time into Tempora Timesheets. When you've logged into the system, you'll be presented with your timesheet. On the left-hand side, we have our client list. On the right-hand side, we have our function buttons. We have our week starting date. Tempora will automatically take you to the most recent uncompleted week. However, you can select a different week manually using this box. And we have our required weekly hours. This staff member is required to complete 37.5 hours. We'll now start to build our timesheet. We'll select an item from the left-hand side. We'll select the project that we're working on. And we can now select an item. You may notice that these items appear in purple. Purple items can be added to your timesheet, whereas grey items are container items that you'll need to click on to drill down to a lower level and find a purple item. We'll click our purple item and click Add New. This item's now been added to our timesheet, as we can see. We'll add another item, this time from Sony and digital work and SEO keyword research, and we can also add an item with the search feature. We can click search, add a search term. We're going to select site, click search, and now we have all the results with site in the title. We'll select Google Project 2 site visit and click select. You can see this item has also been added to our timesheet. We can now start recording time for items in our timesheet. We'll add 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours. I'll click save. And you can see my day total is updated here, and my weekly requirement has updated here. As the system suggests, we can also record time in quarter of an hour units. I'll change this 1 to 1.25, that's an hour and 15 minutes. This 2 to 2.5, that's 2.5 hours. And this 3 to 3.75, that's 3 hours and 45 minutes. I'll click save again. And once more, my day total is updated here, and my weekly requirement is updated here. If I wish to record some additional information for an item I've been working on, I can do so by selecting the time entry, clicking Notes, and adding a note. As an example, we're just going to put Note, click Update, and Save. You may see that that time entry has now become an orange color. That simply indicates that there's a note attached to this item, and if we hover our cursor over it, we see an example of the note. If we wish to, we can also use the Filter Activities section to filter our timesheet down. This is most frequently used when you have a large timesheet of 20 or more items, and you may wish to narrow the field of view. For example, I'll put in Site, and you can see we are now only seeing the results that correspond to Site. If we put in another search term, like Digital, we'll receive both results as both contain digital. Removing the filter returns all results. We'll now complete our timesheet by adding 7.5 hours to each day for this staff member and clicking save. You may notice that our minimum requirement box has now disappeared as we've met our minimum requirement, and the post button has appeared. We'll come back to the post button in just a moment. We can exceed our minimum requirement. We'll change 7.5 to 8 and click save. You'll notice the minimum requirement box returns and just indicates that we've exceeded our minimum requirement by 0.5 or half an hour. When you're happy with your timesheet and you have no further changes to make, you can click the post button. The post button will lock your timesheet down and prevent you from making any more changes. We'll take a look at this now. The timesheet has now been posted. We can see we have our posted watermark with date and time. And next time we log into Tempora, we'll automatically be taken to the most recent uncompleted week. But we'll manually select this now. You may notice that the items we previously recorded time for have been automatically added to this week. Any item that you add time for will be added to the following 2 weeks in the timesheet. Any item that has not had time recorded for it within a 2-week period will automatically be removed from the timesheet. You can, however, add new items as we saw previously, and you can remove items using the delete function on the right-hand side. This covers the basics of time entry in Tempora. If you have any questions, you can contact our support team by clicking the support button in the top right, completing the box, and submitting a ticket to our team.